Dear Greg, I wrote to you several months ago, asking you what I could do about my marriage. My wife and I hardly talk or do anything together. When she does talk, she's critical or controlling. You explain that she acts like that because she doesn't feel loved, and you suggested I read Real Love and Marriage and some other books. And you also said I should participate in a group every week, and call somebody to tell the truth about myself every day. I read some of one of the books, but I haven't gotten to the group yet. It's like 30 minutes away. I made a couple of phone calls, but I didn't know what to say, so I quit. I've still used quite a few of the principles of the book with my wife, but so far I'm not seeing any difference. I'm not happy, and it's affecting our kids too. Now what?
There's only one thing that will make you genuinely happy in this life: real love. And in the end, if you haven't succeeded in consistently finding and sharing that one thing, your life will be a failure. It will not matter how much of everything else, imitation love, you've accumulated. With real love, nothing else matters. Without it, nothing else is enough. It's really not more complicated than that. You've acknowledged that your marriage is pretty miserable and that you personally are not happy either. Pay close attention here. This is an emotional and spiritual crisis. You get one life to live, and emotionally and spiritually speaking, you are dying. You have cancer and a heart attack all rolled up in one awful package. And so far, you're approaching the problem with all the energy and urgency that you would devote to an untied shoelace. I'm not trying to criticize you here. I am trying to get you to see the truth of what you're doing and not doing. Imagine that you literally have cancer of the brain, for example, and I'm your physician. I tell you that the particular kind of cancer you have is 100% fatal without treatment. But if you strictly follow the treatment regimen I prescribe, we can achieve a cure rate of 100%. Pretty cool, huh? But there's a big warning associated with this treatment. If you are anything less than completely compliant, completely diligent, if you skip any treatments, or if you do them for less than the prescribed time, the fatality rate of the disease will climb sharply. Then I describe the treatment to you. Every day you have to use a certain machine in your home for half an hour. Any time of the day will do. Once a week, you have to drive 30 minutes to spend a couple of hours getting treatment at the hospital. You can do this after work hours if you'd like. And if you do this for 4 months, you'll be cured. Would you do as I've prescribed? Would you do it to save your life? Sure you would. Compared to many medical treatments, this one is almost convenient. And you'd be willing to do all this just to save your life physically. My question is, what does it matter if you prolong your life physically if emotionally and spiritually you're miserable? In that case, you're only prolonging your unhappiness. Kind of a questionable goal, really. In our next session, we'll talk about what all this has to do with your efforts to save your marriage.